shipping containers do their job, they usually end up in a place like this, forgotten. But with the help of a project in South Los Angeles called Wattsworks, these containers were transformed from scrap material into homes. And that is an impressive second act. So we're here in a container graveyard. How did you help your clients choose containers as a material?
Well, it started one evening when we were all drinking beers together.
As all good ideas do.
As always, yes. And we were just lamenting about the high cost to build affordable housing. And all of us had worked with shipping containers in terms of retail projects, and they turned out really well. And we said, why don't we take it and put it into affordable housing? The ports of Long Beach and LA import about 20 million containers a year. And as a country, we actually are a net importer. So a lot of containers end up not going back to their place of origin. They end up staying at places like this, and they're very affordable. So we actually purchased them at a container graveyard and sent them to a factory where they were fitted out. Everything inside, including appliances, finishes. They cut out the windows. And in this particular case, we hired Scott Beecham as a consultant who works with factories and takes our drawings and created shop drawings that provide the specific details for the shop floor fabricators to fit out these containers.
The middle of Watts on busy Compton Boulevard, and this used to be just a single-family residence, is that correct?
It is correct. It was really considered a blight. It was empty and boarded up, and instead now we have 25 affordable units, one for a manager and 24 units for the formerly unhoused.
And we've obviously discussed that shipping containers are the building material, but I can't perceive that from the street.
Yeah, that's a really good point. When we met with the community at the beginning of the project, a lot of folks, particularly the church, which is really the heart of the community, said that we don't want to have exposed shipping containers. It reminded them of the industrial port. And so working with the community, we said, you know what, we'll clad it in a different finish and make it look like a building that could be anywhere in Southern California.
So you have them hidden in plain sight here?
That is correct.
So Justin, you were the mastermind of bringing all of these different pieces together and putting them together on site. Is that true?
Well, it was a huge team effort. It was really complex. These containers, they traveled over hundreds of miles to arrive on site, and then they were assembled floor by floor. In between, connections had to be made, assemblies connected before the next wave of containers came. And so it actually comes up out of the ground pretty quickly, and it's really incredible. Dunn Edwards was a fantastic partner here. They helped us to select the paint. They helped us to select the appropriate colors that would be bold from the street and visible and bring life to this corner of the building. Activity on a stair is what we were going for, and we knew that lighting would provide a lot of safety for the residents. We worked with performance lighting systems to select appropriate fixtures that were tamper resistant, that were durable and reliable for the life of the building.
So Mariah, you are the landscape architect on this project, and you've created such a beautiful rooftop oasis. What was the inspiration behind this space?
The inspiration was to keep this really open to the southwest views and keep it as a nice sunny spot for the residents to enjoy and come together and get them outside, and also surrounded by greenery, a lot of drought tolerant plants you'll see, and just make it a space where people can come together and feel safe.
So besides just the rooftop garden, there are some additional landscape spaces as well?
Yeah, there's a ground level shade garden on the north side of the building that's surrounded by greenery. There's some really nice vines that cover the wall, so it's a really nice, quiet, reflective space. We also used a permavoid system under the permeable pavers that captures the stormwater all on site, which is really innovative.
Well, it has all come together to create such a lovely open space, and thank you for sharing and showing me around.
So this is my place right here.
Well, thank you so much for inviting us in.
Yes, thank you.
What was it like when you first came into this space?
Happiness.
Yes, happiness. And how has it changed your day-to-day life to have a door that locks behind you and a shower and a kitchen of your own?
More happiness. No more stress about worrying about tomorrow.
Where were you before you were here, Ubi?
in my car. It was a 2.5-year wait, but it was worth it because now I'm comfortable and this is where it's at right here. Like, I got my cold drink, I got my fruit, and that's it.
Well, I'm so happy for you that you made it here.
Thank you.
So what would you tell somebody who might be apprehensive about living in a 320 square foot micro unit?
I would point to the design team and the architect team who were very intentional with using cost-effective materials to provide a high-end luxury feeling. So we have the floor-to-ceiling windows, we have the flower garden outside and all the other amenities. It's a beautiful place.
It is a beautiful place, and I understand there's an additional support services program that you're actually part of.
Yes, case management is provided on site every single day, Monday through Friday.
Containers that once carried goods across the ocean now carry something so much more important: safety, security, a sense of home. Wattsworks proves that great design doesn't just build homes, it builds opportunity.